2 weeks now, and this is just a little bit of a catch up. It looks a bit dull on the screen there, so maybe I'll come a bit closer and see how we go. But yeah, it's early in the morning, and we're just trying to get this shop on the road. There's been big hassles with look, mainly the floor covering. Last week, well, the floor covering bloke, he wanted to do the floors on Tuesday and Wednesday, and so we said, yeah, all right. So anyway, there's a builder just doing a couple of knickknacks, and a data cable bloke just doing a few bits and pieces. And the data cable people, they're just from next door, and so no problem there. He could just wander off, and the builder said, yeah, he'd go, but the floor covering bloke wandered off and said, oh, well, no, we're not going to have the place to myself. We're going to have the whole place to myself. I don't want these blokes making dust and shit, you know. So I said, all right. So I got them all to leave, and he said, give me a ring when it's free. So I got them all to leave, and about lunchtime I gave him a call and said, yeah, it's all empty, you can have it. Oh, fuck, he said, not worth coming back now. And he said, I'll see you tomorrow. So, and this is, we had no say in the floor covering, the floor layer. We were dealing with Solomon's Carpets in Bundy here, and the first bloke that come to have a look at it, you know, a few months ago, yeah, he's not the bloke that turned up to do the laying. So we had the bloke that come and done the quote, then we had the first floor layer bloke, you know, for doing prep on the floor, the concrete, get the paint off it and all that sort of thing. They had to sand it with sanders and all that sort of thing to get the old paving paint off the floor that we had on there. And so anyway, he come in Tuesday, and yep, no worries, he worked away, and Wednesday, he said, yeah, yep, I'll have this finished, I'll get this out of your hair, and no worries at all. And he's his workman, he had some young bloke, and he was a drop kick, and yeah, he lasted a couple of hours on the Wednesday morning and told the boss to stick his job up his clacker and wandered off. And so anyway, look, he stayed back till 6, 7 o'clock that night and trying to get floors ready, because on the Thursday we had all the counter and the kicker front of the black toolboxes and all coming in. So we had to have that piece of floor finished to not hold that up. And he said, yeah, don't put him off, tell him to do it. Yeah, I was all right. So late Thursday evening we got the counter put in, and it's Wednesday now, the next week, but we got the counter put in, and yeah, we're going to have everyone here on Friday, you know, hooking the data in and, you know, drilling into the counter and all that sort of thing. So anyway, the Sparky turned up, the cable blokes had forgotten to order the pole that goes from the end of the counter up to the roof to bring the data and the power down. So they'd forgotten to order that, but they realised the day or two earlier, and they had it coming, and but they didn't have that by Friday lunchtime. They still didn't have it. And anyway, we turned up at 3 o'clock, and so the Sparky got his wires done and under the counter, and away he went. And the Sparky stayed quite late that evening, and I've been staying with him. I've been getting here at like 5 in the morning, and, you know, going home at 5 or 6 or 7, just depending on what's happening. And yes, so anyway, the data blokes next door, Tony the boss, he's a good fella, but he's some of the other fellas as well. And it got to 4 o'clock or 4:30 it might have been on the Friday arvo, and they said they were going home, and he said, oh, you know, you got to finish Lance's bloody data. He said, would you like to do a bit of overtime? And I said, no, piss off, F off it. Well, it's Friday afternoon. And he said, well, you know, they're opening shop Monday, and like our opening date's been like that for a month or more, and working towards it, and we've given notice that we're moving out of the shed next door that we've been leasing, where the container is, so we've got to be out of that by the end of April, all tidied up and polished and ready to go. So he said to them, well, you know, we need this happening. Do you want to do some overtime and come in tomorrow on Saturday morning and knock it over? And I said, no, we're going away, we're doing this, doing that. So anyway, I couldn't get any of them to do it. And so Tony had arranged to do his sport with his kids on the Saturday morning, so he said, look, I'll get you going. So Saturday arvo, Tony and myself were down there, and we've got data switches on the counter, and we brought current in and we shuffled it around, and anyway we had the show on the road down the bottom there, and the top here wasn't too bad. We could actually take a phone call because most of it was to do with the phones, and so Tony come in and did a bit of a well, Tony and myself did a bit of oh look, it was a pretty bodgy looking do. When the fellas turned up for work Monday, we had cables all over that front counter there. It looked bloody terrible, and anyway, so his blokes turned up as if nothing had happened. Bloody off they went, and it took them about 4 hours. They had the whole thing all plumbed up and phones working and all that, so that was good. But we still had the cables coming over the edge. The cabinet maker was coming back last Saturday arvo to drill the holes for the cables to go in, and yeah, he hasn't made it yet. I've done a deal with him for on top of those toolboxes downstairs where the books are. We instead of sitting them on the tin, we're actually getting a laminate insert put on the toolboxes, so it's a bit it's a better surface and longer wearing to put stuff on, and there's no chance of dinting the top of the toolboxes in over time if you plonk something on it. So I get a message from him yesterday that he'll be here today to cut the holes, which is a bit of a pain in the arse because we've just got the place fairly clean, and we still have to have a professional clean through yet, and then we'll get someone to come and clean all the time for us, but we sort of don't get time with running the show and doing everything else we got to do. So yeah, so we're in the shop, and pardon me, we're only just in by the skin of our teeth, and we still got to shift a lot of stuff from next door and things like that. So I've got a young bloke helping for a few extra days and all that, just trying to get on top of it all. So and the floor coverings again. The floor covering bloke every day he'd come up with an excuse. I had to go home, had to do this, had to do that, and then on Friday he rings me up and he says, "Oh look, I've got to I just got to duck into this job that I'd put off because your job was late, but I've got to get it done." So he's sort of blaming me, and I thought, "Oh, all right, what do you say?" And I said, "All right," but he said, "Look, I'll be there way before lunch. I'll be in there and I'll have you knocked over today, all finished." And I said, "Yep, all right then." Well, 1:30, I was starting to get the shits, and I had his name. I went and got his card, and I was fucking humming and hawing. Do I ring him up and rip a fart up him, or what do I do? And anyway, he rolls in. So he didn't want to talk to me at first, but anyway, we'll have it all done, no worries. So I thought, oh, good day, leave him alone. So left him alone there, and then he didn't get it done. He said, "I'm going to have to come back Saturday." He said, "I just haven't been able to get it all done." I said, "Yeah, that's all right. I'll keep open Saturday." So he comes in Saturday and he says, "Right, I'm going to finish all that top bit up the top there, around the offices and that." And I said, "Oh yeah, you got to do everything. So what's it matter where you go?" And but I should have got him to do the bottom floor first probably, because I couldn't actually start putting stands in. I could get 2 stands in Saturday. They had one strip of vinyl down the left hand side of the shop, then there was a big gap in the middle in the counters, so I couldn't walk across to get the stuff round to the counters, so bloody painful. But I got 2 panels up, and that was about all I could do. And then Saturday Harvey comes down and says, "Oh well," he said, "I'll see you tomorrow." And I said, "What, on Sunday?" He says, yeah. I said, "I've had a big day." He said, "I'm buggered now, I can't do that vinyl in there." But he's always telling us that he's going to be there at 7:30 or 6 o'clock or something like that. And like on Saturday it was 7:30. Be there at 7:30 without fail. And I had the Sparky finishing off, and Ripper Sparky does a really good job. And yeah, 9:30 he rolls in. "Oh, I had trouble at home with my pressure pump." Then of course he didn't get the work done, so needed to come in Sunday. So yep, Sunday, I'll have you go on Sunday. Well, I don't know what happened. He reckons he had trouble down at the bottom with the finish, with the where we had to paint. Then he sanded all the paint off the top and done all that, and then put the slurry down, and he's had some trouble with adhesion or something or other. I'm tuning out a bit now. and so we couldn't do anything much. So it wasn't until Sunday morning, and like lunchtime, afternoonish sort of thing, that we could actually get some desks or tables up in these upper offices and you know, get them plugged in and get computers working and all that. So 7:15 Sunday evening, I went home because I'd been here since 5, and and what we were doing, I was lifting the desk up, and poor old Jude, she was on the other end of the desk helping us get them in and all that, and all this other bloke's working downstairs. So it's it's been a pain in the arse. The builder's been good, and most of his tradesmen have turned up when they've said, and it's been good. But originally we didn't know what floor coverings we were doing, so I said, look, I'll look after the floor coverings. And so I went down to Solomon's and ordered them and got it all happening. But yeah, this getting them fitted, it's been over a week now, and yeah, it's just no way it takes that long. And the strips around the vinyl at the top here, he cut all them yesterday, gone and put them in, and couldn't find his nails to nail them down, so had to sit them over there. He's going to do that today apparently. And another bit of the story is in the admin office, I've showed a video of there's probably a foot or so of vinyl short, and the layer says, I don't know what they're doing, these blokes, you know, you've got bugger all waste here, and you're some short. And I said, oh, bugger if I know what's going on. And he went down to talk to him. He said, look, I'll sort it out, we'll have it done within a week or something like that. And I said, look, I don't care about it anymore, I just need the job done. And I had the showroom so I could start bringing stuff in on Monday. Because yeah, Sunday we weren't allowed to do much there because he was working on it. So Monday we started pulling stuff in, and I get a call from Solomon's, and Solomon said, yeah, when we were talking about those floor coverings, doing a quote, and I said, yeah. They said, you were talking about probably not putting floor coverings in the storeroom, in the stationery office. And I said, yeah, look, I know we did talk about that, but I wasn't sure what the outcome was. And they said, oh, well, I'm pretty sure you decided not to. But the floor covering fella, he come to lay the floors, and I was up him a bit, and I said, you know, we've got data blokes coming in now, whatever you got to do there, get in and get out so they can do their job. And so he raced in there and put the floor coverings down that we weren't supposed to have. And I hadn't clicked onto it at that stage. And so that's where the extra vinyl went. So we got that laid for nothing, and yeah, I had a bit of a whinge about how long it's taken, and it's not going to cost us anything for the extra finish off and all that sort of thing. So look, it's been a time, I tell you. Yeah, the data, Bundy Home Theatre, they had a box on the wall, you know, for all they call it a rack, for all the data and all that, and they'd ordered one this big sort of thing, you know, see this? 4 of them probably, yeah. and they'd ordered this rack, and yeah, that'd be plenty. They'd worked out what they wanted, and anyway, they must have buggered it up, because next thing he says, oh, everyone's not going to fit in that rack. And I said, well, you know, you've had 3 months to look at it, sort of thing. But with the rack, they had to go the next size up. So we've got the new rack in. So yesterday, between 7 and 8, we had no phones because they had to strip the rack and pop it back in again and do that. Then they thought we had 21 data outlets, and they come and counted them. And, you know, there's a proper plan for all the wiring. You know, we walked around, and you know, we've got data outlets under my computer here. I've got them against the wall. I've got them over on this wall over here, and I've got them outside in case we need to plug something into the network at a later date at a different sort of scale or something. Who knows what it could be. And we've over wired the place, but it's sort of future proofing. And so yeah, they must have miscounted, and we had a rack for 24. Yeah, I think it was 24 outlets, but they've counted 40 something now. So anyway, so we're getting a bigger data switch, and the data switch, we've got to be unplugged this morning, and the data switch is actually going inside the box. And the security cameras are up, but there's no box for that. And so yeah, it's a bit of a shambles, but we're up and running. We're a bit behind with emails and things like that, it seems. The window behind me, That's probably quite glary. I'm looking dark in the screen that I can see, but that's, you know, we're washing out with the light. We've got LED oyster lights up on the roof there, and we have louver windows that I've had open over here because the painters were in yesterday, and so there's going to be a wooden Venetian blind across there, and that'll give us, so I can at least adjust the light, and yeah, this will be home sweet home. So so we're going 3 weeks without a day off yet. Every weekend, all over Easter, all the parts out the back room there in the dungeon. That's what I did over Easter. I bought all them in from next door, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, you know, in boxes, whatever. Loaded up the shelves. I had to paint the shelves and get our old locations off them because we've got a new inventory system that we're using. And so I had to paint the shelves, get the old locations for filters and things off them, and bring the stock in, paint the new locations and new little bars so you can see what's missing, and we still got to put part numbers on whatever's missing. Or yeah, say if there's one filter and there's a gap there and you take that filter out, someone doesn't think, oh, there's a gap, I'll pop a filter in there. So, but that was Easter. Cut all the stuff in, paint the racks, buddy, put the new locations on, and stock take. And we still have probably half of a row to stock take yet that we haven't got done properly. So, and to help things out, one of the blokes at the counter, Chris, the Thursday before Easter, he rang in and said, oh, my knee's playing up, I can't come to work. And we said, oh, alright. So, and then he rang back on the Tuesday after Easter and says, no, I'm going to the doctor. And rang up the next day and said, I've been to the doctor, I'm not coming in all week. So here's the week that we're shifting, that we're getting organised to try and shift and, you know, get stock out the back and, you know, all that sort of thing. And yeah, so I was one man down there. I had the young bloke come in for Thursday, Friday, but because of the floor bloke we couldn't actually use him to full advantage, because we couldn't walk here and we couldn't go there. I got him there to use young legs to get up and down the stairs with parts and things like that, but anyway, he's pretty slow, but he's, I don't know, he's having a go. And then Ross, which is our main other parts bloke, this last Monday was his RDO, and he and his wife had arranged to go away like ages ago. And yeah, so our main parts bloke Ross, he had Monday off. Chris had all last week off and the day before that, before Easter off. And yeah, so everyone's been thin on the ground. So so that's, yeah, I haven't had a day off for 3 weeks. Been doing big days, just coming in and trying to get it sorted. So look, I do apologise for not having time to knock out a stew last week. Yeah, it was just by the time I got home, the daylight hours were all busy. And yeah, and I wanted to take this for a bit of a walk through. So not a very interesting stew. That's a bit of a look around for you at least. But we are up and running in the new place. But the last week or so, she's been a stressful time. But and being the boss, you got to keep your chin up and not let everyone know you got the shits. Only your son. But anyway, but look, I've gone for a walk around with a video, just a quick video tour. The place is by no means finished yet. There's probably bookshelves to come in here. And, oh, another story while we're having a yarn. And my TV up on the wall here. I had a TV at home that I'd put aside for bringing in here. It was a little bit big for we've only got a small wall unit, and you can fit a 32-inch TV in the wall unit at home. We've got a 65-inch or 60-something inch out in the pool room, but that we can sit and watch if we want to see a big screen. But in the lounge, we just have a 32-inch. That's fine for us. And I mean, there's another one over near the kitchen that we can, you know, if you're sitting at the table, you can watch the news or whatever. But I had this TV that was a little bit big. I think it was a 42-inch or something like that. And it was a smart TV, and I had it organised to come in here and bolt up and all that, so I got the blokes to give me a hand yesterday morning and put it in. But when I had it on the car seat to bring it in, I went to shut the door and I had it in the wrong place, and the door wouldn't shut, and I tried to shut, oh shit, in doing that I must have cracked the bloody screen. So I goes and gets his TV all set up yesterday morning, and the TV up there, apart from being able to watch TV or YouTube or whatever you like, that's going to be a monitor in my office for all the security cameras around the place to see who's coming and going. And because we're upstairs now, if a customer comes in, we haven't got the door buzzer yet, and the cameras aren't working just yet, but in time, yeah, I'll be able to have it set here, and if I'm up here working and I hear a buzz, I can actually just look up at the screen there in front of my desk, and I'll be able to see the 3 screens on what's happening and who's doing what and where they are and all that sort of thing. So there's one behind the fellas where they work looking at the customer's face, and there's one going to the door where you walk in, and there's one out in the dock which could be a possible other entry area. So that all gets recorded and all that. So anyway, this TV, I spent the time, got it all set up and went and got some bolts from next door to put it up on the rack and all that, and fires it up, and in the ute I must have cracked the bloody screen. Yeah, you can see a little impact mark. So she's all that bloody rooting around, and so anyway, I had to pull it down and off to Harvey Norman and buy another one. So I only bought a little 32 inch. It was $400, but it was $400 I didn't need to spend, that's for sure, with all the rest going on. But money's going out like you just wouldn't believe at the moment, and we're hoping it comes to an end very soon. But anyway, we'll just see. On the home front, the slab's done, nothing else has been done. The kit will probably arrive at my place for the carport on the 20th, so I'll be pushing to get the shipping container out of where it is and probably on the slab before we got to try and slide it in under lower roofs and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of tradesmen around. People say there's not much work around, but a lot of them don't crack on and look for it too much, I don't reckon. Our builder, Grant Irwin, builder, he's been the bloke that we contracted to do the place here. Look, his crew's been pretty good. He was going to start 3rd week in December, but he didn't start till 3rd week in January. So that slowed us up a little bit. Another month's rent next door and all that sort of stuff. But he's got a team of blokes together that he works with, and he rings them up and it happens, and their crew's pretty good. Bundy Home Theatre next door, I just felt I had to use them. They're my neighbours, so I had to use them. So I said, look, I'll just get them to do their stuff. I'll pay them separately. And so they've been a bit of a muck around. Tony's been tearing his hair out. His blokes are playing up a bit, and so they've been having trouble. And Solomon's that I organised, and normally you just go and you organise your floor coverings, and the bloke comes and fits them in a day or two, and they're out. And like the builder's saying, you know, the amount of floor space we got here, probably 120 metres of actual laid floor, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, he said, yeah, they can get you into a house in a day or so we're just getting dicked around. So anyway, that's life. But that's a quick catch up. I don't know if I'm going to have a weekend this weekend or not, we'll see. I'm hoping to have at least Sunday off. I know I've got to be here Saturday from the weld the floor seams, or chemically weld them, I think they're talking about doing, because they look pretty shitty really. And so we'll see what happens. This is just a quick catch up. I've been concerned that I haven't been able to get anything out there, and this morning I thought I'd make a few minutes and just do it. So now I've got to find time today to edit. So we'll see how we go. Well, look, thanks for sticking with us. Yeah, there's a little video coming, a walk around after this, and I'll catch you later, eh? Well, here we are, out in front of Queensland Tractor Spares. We haven't done a video for a while, so come on in, we'll show you what we've been doing. We're not finished. We'll get out of the breeze and out of the traffic, and this is when you walk into the showroom. We've still got boxes everywhere, and there's a whole story about the floor coverings and why we're running so bloody late. The floor covering man's been here a week, and he's still doing repairs and bits and pieces, but the front counter is looking okay. The You can see those shitty joins, they've got to come back and weld them on this coming Saturday. We have racks that aren't full yet. They're the cabinets from behind that we put behind the counter. The counter, we've got it now so the blokes can either stand up or sit down at the counter. They seem to enjoy that. Judy's desk, her bottom desk down here, and around the corner we got some old cabinets that we keep gaskets and that stuff in. That's under the stairs here. All these books have to be filed yet, probably under the counter, but we're still waiting on the cabinet maker to come and cut holes to get rid of all our cables. Now when we go out the back here, we come from the counter, and near the counter we can pop through to the shelves. So they're just some of our parts shelves that we have on the bottom story here, with filters and things like that. So this is, we're starting to call this the dungeon. We have a little smoko area, and yeah, I don't know how the chairs get all that way, but anyway, this little chair here is supposed to sit over there, but we had the painters in yesterday doing final touch-ups, so the little kitchenette is going well. Now in through here, we have to clean up the parts boxes yet. The loo's looking $1 million. Great place to be if you need one. Then we come back out through the dungeon. Carpet man's junk still. And we come through here. There's Judy just turned up for work. And this out the back, that's where the forklift parks when we get all the shit out of the way. That's the charger for the forklift. This here is customer product. That's stuff that customers have ordered and need to come and buy or come and pay for, or they've paid for it and they need to come and pick it up. Then around here we've got cardboard boxes and packing benches. That's where we send all the parts from, and scales and all the associated junk with that. Now we come back out of the store and see from the store there, oh not the store, the dock, and from the store, from the dock, I'll get it right one day, yeah, you're straight back out at the front counter again. So at the front counter the fellas see, get a full idea of what's going on out around the corner of the front door. But then we come through here, we've got to fill that stand up with oil yet. And we've got the stairs finished and all done. And we have shelving to fill up here as yet. The floor man's junk. We have the old high bay lights we took out, and we've fitted LED fluoros. We've popped a little workbench out the back here. That vise has to be bolted down yet, but that's just a little bench if we have to pop something apart, you know, check a lift pump diaphragm or something like that. You know, it's just good to have a few spanners around. But a lot of tidying up here yet. And we have floor paths, lino or vinyl paths. The cornice or the strips have to go on the side of the canvas yet. The fella come to do that yesterday, but he forgot his nails. Now this is the storeroom, and this is just where we're keeping archives, and there's a stationery cupboard with all the associated stuff that we need. Then also in the store is our data cabinet. That's not finished. Look, everything's working there, but it's got a, that's the second cabinet. The first one wasn't quite big enough, so that's the second cabinet. and I think this morning we're getting a bigger data switch in. There's 42 outlets, so there's a bigger data switch and there's a phone system and all sorts of goodies in there. I don't open that, I just don't know what I'm looking at. But anyway, we come out of the store, we come up through here. This is our admin office, and Jude's doing a bit of morning tidy up. And Judy and Ebony both have a desk here. The floor coverers, they run out of floor covering here. There's a whole story about that. And printers and chairs, and they've got their own little aircon sitting in here. So this will be a shaky old video, I'm sorry, but that's just what we got to deal with at the time. This is my little office. Yeah, that's where I do the editing and do the web page and eBay store and all that sort of stuff. That's my workstation for that. I've got a window. I've got the windows open at the moment. As the painter was in yesterday, and the place is still smelling of paint, and they just come and did touch-ups. Then that's my bench that I do emails and things on, and I've got a TV up there. And first video, Emma, yesterday was yours. So yeah, this is a comfy little spot. I have my own aircon, and yeah, so look, it's coming together. We're in here, we're running the business out of here, but we're just not finished by a long shot. If we pan around past the staircase, there has to be a safety rail put along here yet with a kicker. And the door's going electric because it's actually a bit of a hassle getting it up and down, and it's marking all the wall from the chain. So got a new pallet jack up the top here to wheel stuff around once we get it here. Well, there you go, that's about all I got to show. Yeah, we're working out of here, but we've been having trouble with tradesmen turning up and all sorts of things. So they're our Donaldson four-wheel drive filter kit, you know, Toyota Land Cruiser 105 series, 4.2s, Hilux. So yeah, we're getting there slowly. And Jude's giving the stairs a tidy up before everyone gets here. It's about somewhere around 6 o'clock in the morning.